Was Julie Jensen's death more than 2 decades ago a homicide or a suicide? That is now up for the jury to decide for a second time.
Our Bill Miston has been following the story. He is tracking the retrial of her husband, Mark Jensen. He's live with where things stand right now. Bill?
Hey there, Mary and Ben. This trial saw more than 50 witnesses take the stand, hours upon hours of testimony, and finally, today, closing arguments in the case. Prosecutors say the evidence is clear and shows that Mark Jensen poisoned his wife, Julie, with antifreeze, drugged her, and smothered her. But the defense says not so fast, that prosecutors, bent science to fit the facts, and that Julie Jensen was depressed and took her own life. But what happened on that day back in December 1998 is now in the hands of the jury.
It's a question that's been posed since at least 1998.
This case is tragic on so many levels. There's depression, there's suicide, and there's an innocent man on trial for homicide.
Now, for a second time, Mark Jensen's fate is in the hands of 12 others.
Who's on the computer that morning at 9:40 a.m.? We know the defendant wasn't at work.
Prosecutors say Jensen poisoned his wife with antifreeze, drugged her with Ambien, and both were found in her system.
Here's the defendant's dilemma. He was hoping when he left that morning that he would come back and Julie would be dead. But he comes back and she's still alive.
So, prosecutors say Jensen pushed his wife's head into the pillow, and evidence shows that late night and early morning internet searches back it up.
If this was Julie Jensen on the computer, why would she delete that internet history? If you want to frame your husband, you don't delete it. But it is what you do when you're trying to clean up and cover your tracks.
A former co-worker testified that Mark Jensen admitted to looking up ways to kill his wife.
These were paranoid misperceptions of reality. Julie Jensen was aware of what she was doing. She was creating space for herself.
The defense says Julie Jensen had a history of being treated for depression and saw a doctor 2 days before she died.
Mark Jensen is innocent, and we ask you to return a verdict of not guilty.
Now, the jury has been dismissed for the evening and will come back in the morning to begin deliberations anew. Now, before they were dismissed this evening, they asked to get a look at some of the autopsy photos as well as scene photos from the Jensen home, as well as 2 reports, a doctor's report as well as the EMS report for that call to the Jensen's home back in December 1998. Another thing, the jury asked for writing supplies. 4 jurors are being held in case there is a need for one of the jurors to be replaced of the 12 that are deliberating this case. Reporting live in Kenosha, Bill Miston, FOX 6 News.
All right, Bill, thank you. And if you would like to watch all of the closing arguments from the state and the defense, we have them ready for you on fox6now.com and your FOX 6 News app. Click into the Jensen post on our homepage. The video is part of that story.